Hi everybody, it's Galactic Man Larry here again with another G.I. Joe Classified series action figure review, and today we have in front of us I think it was Pulse exclusive for last year, Serpentor&AirChariot. Serpentor, you know the deal. Anyway, there he is. I waited over a year for this thing to arrive. I already opened it. I'm just showing you the box because we do that here. We check the packaging as well. First of all, this packaging is maybe the coolest one in the line so far. And there you have very cool artwork of Serpentor. Is that Dave Raposa who did the artwork here? I think it was him. If I'm wrong, please correct me. There you can see some vipers, some viper hands like making a cobra gesture. Anyway, it's very, everything was thought true. There you have the things he's good at. He's good at being a 5-star hotel person. He's good at having a cutter, at weight, lifting and playing chess, and he's number 57. There you have this really cool artwork of Serpentor, sitting on top of Lincoln there, just lifting Cobra Commander and about to throw him somewhere. This is the one we're gonna get now with his tank. Him flying, like in front of all those vehicles we'll never get, these planes. Well, maybe we'll get some of those, I don't know. The Destro, Serpentor and Baroness with some troopers just rushing into battle, and this guy just, I forgot the word, sealing a wound with a hot blade. You have this like Mobius strip or DNA thing actually, and yeah, these are glossy, they look cool. 57, there's where I cut the box open. Maybe you can see that cutter where it went through. And then you open the thing, and yeah, here you had his sword, here you had the scepter, here you had the snake, here was Serpentor himself. There you see how they're working on the air chariot, which came all inside into, in pieces. You have to put it together. I don't know what was here. I think here, I don't even remember. One of these was the alternate headdress. One was maybe the claw and some other things. I just don't know anymore. That was it for the packaging. And there you have Serpentor and the Air Chariot out of the packaging. The Air Chariot fully assembled and everything else they come with. First of all, they come with a little Cobra mascot here, which looks cool. I mean, it's just a piece of, well, 2 pieces actually. You can see there's an assembly line there. It's a chunk of plastic put together with some paint for the mouth, for the fangs, for the eyes, and for the, of course, the let's say the lower part of the body, but it's a nice piece, and yeah, it's always good to have a, another little creature, for the line. There you have also his retracted claw thing that goes in the arm. I prefer the full claw, just personal thing. I mean, personal preference. I like having the whole thing out there, just because. But yeah, it's cast in gray plastic, and there you can see, of course, the actual claws are painted silver. And then you have the little snake thing he throws at Duke in the movie, right? I don't remember. I have to watch the movie one day again, maybe. I don't have to, but I would like to. I just haven't given myself the time to watch cartoons lately. Actually, I've been watching some animes. But anyway, there you have it, nicely sculpted. And this is an actual weapon, but it could also be just a very totally stretched out snake, and he comes with the alternate headpiece, and I will be polemic here. I prefer this one, but of course it hinders the whole movement, but I prefer it aesthetically, and that's actually the one he came with in the packaging. I just prefer how this one looks like, the combination of the actual snake going to the back and being one piece, and the nice way it opens here. This sort of one, the one he's equipped with, he looks a bit to me like Queen Elizabeth, the famous one from back in the day. Well, he's the Cobra Emperor, but I just prefer the aesthetics in the other one. You have to check the rest of the accessories. There you have the auto claw equipped in the arm, you know, and it just goes in that huge, very noticeable, I was gonna say peg hole, but it's a very unique shaped hole, you know. There you have also the sword, which is looking nice, you know. It's silver for the blade. It's cast in this gold plastic. You can see that cobra shape for the actual hilt, you know, and there you have a little gem painted on in the pommel, and yeah, nice little sword. And there you have also the scepter with that cobra shape on it, looking great. I mean, just look at that. And yeah, also look at the sculpt at the back, the sculpt here, just a long scepter here, and there you have also like the pommel with some shape there and a little red gem at the bottom, so he can use it to, I guess, hit people, whatever. And there you have Serpentor himself. I mean, I also like this look. It's been growing on me, and of course the fact that you can use the articulation, and he has great head articulation, in my opinion, maybe one of the best Hasbro has done in this scale, and also is one of the best figures they have done in this scale, in my opinion. I mean, this one looks like they put some love into it. I don't like that my copy has a very wiggly, the peg going to the abdomen is very wiggly, you know, the place, the attachment, the way that it's attached to the crotch piece, it's loose, you know. But yeah, I hope nothing will break there. I mean, I'm careful with my figures, but you know, this is the thing. I don't know, I'm not super happy with the, I mean, this is the way the original figure looked like, but I like the other one better. We'll put it in at the end, you know, you will equip it at the end. And this is very lustish, very funny that, yeah, if you take the piece out of his head, he's done, you know. And there's the way these things attach. They have this huge shape here, you know, the hole. They're cast in gold plastic, of course, and then you just snap it there. There you can see it's cast in this kind of gold plastic, which has paint on it, of course, gold paint for the jaw, for the upper lip of the snake, silver for the actual fangs. There you can see Serpentor's face, and he has a bit of lipstick, yeah, some kind of well, dark lips. He has these red eyes, looking good. Gold for the neck. You can see the snakes on his traps. I don't even remember the names of the muscles, but here, you know, next to the shoulders, they have nice paint. I mean, a fully painted snake, and it goes here to the chest. He has also a little snake at the belt area, well, as a belt actually. He also has, if you see the fists or the hands, you know, he has also snake shaped gloves, which is a nice detail, and it's full of scales. This guy is fully textured, which is really cool, and the texture varies with his muscles and the body parts. You can see he also has some very nice texturing at the back of the whole figure. He has further, like, you know, his armor plating is also, it's all snaky, you know. He's the full incarnation of snakiness here. And paint, they didn't save, I mean, they saved paint in the back, but only there, I mean, because he's wearing the cape, but they didn't save paint in the back of the arms. They put some gold and green, and it's not, I mean, it's just like 2, 3 or 4 colors, but they use them, you know, they put it there. And this guy has texture. This is a deluxe figure, in my opinion. I mean, it's it feels higher and looks higher quality than the regular releases, and yeah, it was like an exclusive. So I don't know if it's gonna restock at some point, but yeah, I was lucky to get mine like over a year after. There you can see I'm already showing the articulation. He has a butterfly joint. It's hidden through the cape, but it's there. it's useful. It's not the biggest range, but it will help a bit, I guess. The head we saw, I mean, if I remove, let me see if I can remove this in a not so harmful way for the figure. It's super fixed. Anyway, but the head can look up quite a lot before clashing with the actual panel here, the thing on his costume, you know. He can tilt to the sides, he can turn all the way around. It moves really easily, but it stays in place. It's not wobbly. It just yeah, it's like butter, you know. The neck can go back and forth a little bit, but it's yeah, I mean, you will have some traffic there. The arms can go all the way around. They have a bicep swivel, of course. I don't know if I would, I wouldn't turn it the whole way around. You will feel the resistance, you know, where you have to stop pushing. The arms are double jointed pinless. They have double jointed pinless elbows, but actually the range is not that great. I mean, he has some muscle, and yeah, the range will be a little bit or quite hindered. I mean, for double jointed elbows, you know, he's a bit limited, but I will let it go because the figure is actually really good looking. It's slightly over 90, sadly just slightly, you know, but yeah, it's the sculpt gets in the way. The hands can go all the way around, have in and out, this one and this one. The other one is yeah, both have in and out movement, no vertical swivel hands. That's a shame, but at least they have a little bit of, the hand is shaped a bit like towards you know, like this, towards the front a little bit. Anyway, you have a double two ball pegs, you know, which is I prefer this way of making figures, you know. He can bend backwards a decent amount, he can bend forward a decent amount, and I'm not even using the lower one yet. Now I'm using both. So there you can see he can really bend back and forth better than many other figures. I don't know, and I prefer this aesthetic where the cuts are better hidden than you know, like an ab crunch, which you can see the whole square shape there. Even if my copy got a little bit wobbly there, well, quite wobbly at the waist, but yeah, it stays in position, and it just wobbles when you shake it a little bit. He has leaning to the sides. I won't push it more because I don't want to hurt the figure, you know. It's hard to get one. I mean, you know what I mean. He has some turning around. You can check yourself. I mean, I don't want to, it's ratcheted, you know, but it's gold here, so I don't want to, and it's gold plastic for the peg, so I don't want to be forcing that thing for obvious reasons. But you can also turn at the upper part, so you can combine turning here with a little bit of turning at the waist. I wouldn't overdo the waist, you know. Again, it's just one peg there, so, and gold plastic, you know what I mean, I guess. The legs, they of course have the drop down thing, which can kick upwards that far. That's already, let me see, that's already with the drop down thing. Without it, it's almost the same in my opinion, or maybe I'm using, it does gain a little bit of range. Maybe I'm not going the whole capability, you know. He can do the full splits, of course. I mean, he's Serpentor, the new Spider-Man guy, and he has a nice, you know, the clearance here at the hips. There you can see he has some silicone spray there, of course, but he has a lot of clearance there for movement. The language is leaving me today. He has a thigh cut, which can go all the way around. We don't need to go all the way around, but it's there. It's more for adjustments, in my opinion. You can see again, nice sculpt and paint everywhere. What else? Double jointed, pinless knees. Yeah, when I got this figure, when I took him out, I put it into hot water and oiled the parts I could. But there you can see the sculpt gets in the way for the knees. Let me see if I can do a better combination here. Anyway, something like that, you know. It doesn't matter how you combine it, it will clash with that snake shape on the you know, the back of the lower leg. He has a hidden boot cut exactly where the snake shape starts. It's a bit very close to the actual knee joints in my opinion, so I don't know how, if that could affect durability, but anyway, it's there, don't worry. I mean, if it feels stiff, better hit the figure. But it has a boot cut. I would use it only for adjustments, of course. The feet can go backwards that far, forwards that far, which is in my opinion a good range. I mean, like this, like that. And he has a good ankle rocker. This is a good one, I think. Maybe, I don't know if it's the best, but it's a really good one. It doesn't break the sculpt horribly. It looks organic, in my opinion. So we went through Serpentor. Now let's check the actual AirChariot. I don't know if they were gonna re-release this, restock again, or if they're gonna release Serpentor in a single, you know, like carded or whatever, just himself without the Chariot. I don't know if we're getting this restocked or not. I don't know if everybody has this by now, or if there's still a lot of people who missed out in the opportunity, you know, or just people who are starting collecting the line and now they don't have this, which was an exclusive. But there you can see, I mean, the thing is cast in this like goldish plastic. I mean, it's not, well, gold plastic, but it's not metallic. It's like, you know, like I don't know the name of the color now, ochre with a bit of metallic flake. I don't know if it shows there in camera. It has a little bit of metallic flake, and it does have gold paint for that part, you know, the midsection of the snake, and that, I mean, that gold paint does give it the quality look. The plastic feels thick at places, and in some places it feels like you don't want to have this thing fall down from the shelf or from anywhere. I think it's it feels okay, but it feels like it could break if it yeah, if a proper fall happens, then you will be very sad, you know. There you can see the Cobra logo with this crown there, like I guess for the Cobra Emperor. Hydraulic panel removal. I guess these are quotations to the, well, I don't know if the here in the lower bit of the thing, but I guess I never had the original one, you know, sadly. But maybe I want to get me one, you know, a real American hero Serpentor maybe. There you can see the logo again, CE, and I don't know what these are for, but I guess are technical specs or whatever. Caution gun reactor. There you can see some gunmetal gray or black paint going through in the thing. These things you had to attach them. Of course, the guns you had to assemble, not of course, but you had to put the actual barrel into the gun, and the ammo thing here also, it was in parts. And this I am not super happy with, you know, it's just a little peg here, a peg hole, and you just put it there and it's shaky, you know, it's like wobbling all the time. I like to have them with a little bit of inclination. Is even if I wouldn't like it to, they just do it. This is the front, again, more black paint. The Cobra thing, you can see the teeth, the fangs can, this little gun is just, sorry, I'm not even showing it. This little gun is wobbling there. You can close the mouth of the snake and have it like that, but that looks very bland in my opinion. And there you can see the little gun is showing. Then this is the only use I have for the snake thing, just to bring the fangs down, which are also in my copy super loose. They just almost fall down by themselves. But that's the better look for this Cobra shape here, head. I mean, the Chariot itself is just super cool design, you know. And there you can see the turbine here in the back. It's funny because this guy has a cape and it's always draping here on top of, that could be very dangerous in real life, I guess, but this is a toy. Anyway, you have some control panels there. Let me show them properly. More paint. This little panel here for the scooter bit. This looks like a little scooter, you know. Yeah, and that's it. A lot of detail, of course. If you have the skills to apply more paint to this, I'm just realizing it has a lot of panel work or detail, you know. If you have the skills to do some painting and stuff, yeah, you can even bring more out of this thing. I have two. This one I opened, the other one is still in box, and maybe I'm getting tempted, you know. I would like to have a third one, you know, that's the way I am, but at this moment I don't have one. But I'm just realizing the amount, you know, all the rivets, and you can have this looking super sparkly new, or maybe you could add to it, you know, add some weathering and some, I don't know if weathering, I mean, he's the Cobra Emperor, you know, he has to, his thing has to be super shiny and new. But you can have a battle worn version, or just, you know, one which has been through several battles, even if it's not damaged, you know, some weathering. That's how they call it. Yeah, that's it for the Chariot. For comparisons, there you have Serpentor towering over Sergeant Slaughter, Duke, Scarlet and Snake Eyes, as well as next to Destro, Cobra Commander, the Baroness and a Cobra Valkyrie, and next to some other characters from other lines, just to see how he scales, you know. And Darth Vader is looking a little bit short here. And there you have Serpentor riding the air chariot and wearing his other headpiece, you know. Again, I prefer this one aesthetically, even if it doesn't move at all. But for this kind of pose, you know, he, you know, the museum piece here, you know, just having the thing on display and sitting there in this kind of like heroic position, you know, riding into battle, leading the evil forces of Cobra, whatever, gladiator wise, you know. I like how that looks a lot, and this is, I think, how this thing is gonna be staying for a while now, I think. In any case, I mean, you decide for yourself. I think this is a great toy. This is a great homage and update to the figure from back in the day, which was also great. I never had it, but it was a cool toy, you know. And yeah, I mean, it's I hope, if you don't have it yet, I hope you can get a copy soon. And if you already have it, well, and if you're watching, thank you for watching, because I mean, you don't need to watch something about you know, a video about something you have there in the shelf, but sometimes we do that, right? And there you have Serpentor on the air chariot next to a couple of Trouble Bubbles, the original release, and the Python Patrol one, just because they look cool together and for size comparisons, you know. In any case, this is, in my opinion, a great collectible, and there we have him next to some figures I just had laying around. That's it for this review, so please leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao, ciao.